Hey, hey, good morning. I was in the waiting room for a little while, but that was on purpose. I accidentally waited until 6:01. So, Opa, come and join me. I'm ready now. Mm. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. Bailey will be, quote, late for work because his breakfast is late this morning. He's still in the kitchen eating. But I have a little chick with me to celebrate morning time. Let's do a chick report first, okay? So we were gone for one day, and when I came back, I swear to you, the chickens had doubled in size. For those of you who don't know, on the side of our house, we have a chicken coop, and we have Bob, aka Roberta, who's probably seriously this big and whose joy in life is to try and get her head inside the house. That's number one. And then we have three chicks. The biggest is Frisco. And Frisco, like, is this big already? I'm serious. I mean, I can't believe that as a little chick, she's that big. Good morning, Ginny. Good morning, Opa. Anyway, so Frisco is a long a white something or other. I forgot the name now. I'll get the name straight. Anyway, Frisco, I think, is losing her baby down and is like kind of modeled right now and not very attractive. And she's the one that I call Baby Huey because she's so much bigger than the other chicks. Okay. Then there is Philly, who started out to be this petite little chick that would just steal your heart because of her beautiful coloring. And now she's like this big and she's a little bit modeled and she's still pretty, but she's not that cute little chick anymore. And then there's Billie Jean, Max's chick, growing up almost as big as Philly already and still has all of her baby down. So, she still looks pretty good. But the others, I guess that's typical. I don't remember that from last time, but I guess they lose their baby down and get their real chick feathers. So, I don't know if you can hear this, but I didn't take my allergy medicine this morning because I thought, oh, what difference does it make if I take it now or I take it in an hour? And apparently it makes a lot of difference when I talk. But maybe the coffee will help. So, Fritzy report. I went to visit Fritzy yesterday because after her episode this weekend, I wanted to make sure she was doing okay. And when I got there, she was sound asleep in her wheelchair and not looking great. I was only planning on staying for a couple of minutes, but they wouldn't let me stay with her where she was. So I had to take her back to her room and hang out with her there. And I started going through her drawers, checking to make sure she had enough of everything. And her drawers looked like a 2-year-old lived there. Now, they couldn't blame her for that because she doesn't even get out of her wheelchair anymore. So I straightened out all her drawers and refolded everything and went through her closets and found all kinds of clothes that didn't belong to her and noticed that there were all kinds of things of hers missing. So today my job is to go talk to the person in charge and say, come on, you guys, keep it up. Do it straight. Take care of my mother. We pay you a lot of money. And that's what we pay a lot of money for. So we know she's well taken care of. Yeah. Anyway, she was in a great mood. And she did her usual. She kept reading my name badge over and over. Sandra Lynette's, she would say. And I'd say, yes, that's me. And you're my mama. I'm your little girl. And each time she would get delighted all over again and say, really? Oh, that's so nice. You're so pretty. So I had a lovely visit with her. And then she fell back asleep. I woke her up and I took her into dinner and then lunch, and then I left. So that's my Fritzy report and the chick report. And today in 1934 was the premiere appearance of Shirley Temple in a full-length feature movie. Now, she'd done some shorts. And if you haven't seen the Shirley Temple shorts, you are missing it. I'm telling you, they put this adorable little thing in kiddie porn, or as close to kiddie porn as I've ever seen. So look for her early stuff if you're curious. Anyway, the first full-length movie she was in, feature film as they call it, was Stand Up and Cheer. And she did Everybody's asking me, who's that bunch of personality I'm presenting you right now? Daddy, take a bow. Anyway, she's not in it a lot, but just for that one song, she's so worth seeing. And I want to talk about that movie a lot because we were watching it and we couldn't help laughing. Apparently in 1935, I want to say, when that movie came out, something like that, America was not in a happy place. It was the beginning of wars in Europe. It was kind of the end of the Depression, and people were not like dancing in the streets and the roads of gold paved in America. So this was one of those, when it says stand up and cheer, the whole idea was to cheer up America and make America a happy place. And the story itself is a confounded story about the president calling this famous movie producer in to come and be the Secretary of Amusement for America and make America a happier place. The thing that I noticed most strongly, besides how corny it was in a kind of a cute way, and it was incredibly dated, was it was so it was so politically incorrect by today's standards. Everything from the way women were looked at and treated, and the parts they had to play. It was so unusual to be a woman in business, and to expect a woman to be able to think. And it was all the, like the gorgeous girls all looking alike and being little Stepford women. And speaking of which, Stepin Fetchit, black dancer actor, was in it, playing a horrible old stereotyped role. It was a very politically incorrect movie, and if you could get by that, the dance numbers were great. What else? Oh, so we watched it, we loved it, and then I was so in the mood for that kind of thing that I followed it up by a double feature yesterday. I followed it up by watching Audrey Hepburn in My Fair Lady. My Fair Lady has a very special place in my heart because my father used to beg me to sing the songs from My Fair Lady. Consequently, I think I know every song, every line, every word. And when I watch that movie, I can't help but feel like I'm with my daddy all over again. Let's see what you've said. Oh, Jonathan, good morning. Peppermint oil on the sinuses. I have some peppermint oil, Opa, thank you. A little inhaler, and I'm going to use it as soon as we're done. Post pictures on what do I say, what do I do? Pictures of what? Oh, I don't remember what I was talking about. A fritzy? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, what else? Oh, Ginny, same thing happened with your mother-in-law's clothes. Okay, so here's the one that really upset me regarding that. I was there like a few weeks ago, and I was in the common room with my mother. And as I'm wheeling her out, I see one of the workers there cleaning someone's neck or something with my mother's monogram towel that was a wedding present, like what, 80 years ago? And I kind of flipped out a little bit and said, what is he doing with my mother's towel? That's my mother's. It's from her wedding. I mean, we don't have much here that matters, but that matters. And she goes to hand it back to me after she's been wiping this other person down with it. And I said, no, clean it, please, and give it back to my mother. Well, that was weeks ago, and they can't find it. So I'm going to call and complain about that today. There isn't. Oh, Bailey needs to get out. Excuse me 1 second. Go, Bales. I wonder if I had him locked in here and he missed his breakfast. Uh-oh. Anyway, so thank you for letting me know I'm not alone in this. It's really, really, really frustrating. Let's see what else. Someone has hot flashes. So I have to tell you, when I first went into menopause, I won't tell you the whole story, but I will tell you this one part. I was having like these horrendous hot flashes, and I was in the middle of this really nice little shop, you know, a privately owned little shop in Redondo Beach, right on the main shopping area there. And it was a gift shop. And there were only ladies inside, I think. And I got this like amazing hot flash and I just wanted to crawl out of my skin. So I yelled at the top of my lungs, "Hot flash! Anybody else having a hot flash?" There was hysterical laughter from behind every counter and it was, "We understand. Poor baby." Yes. Yes. Oh, a picture of the chicks. Absolutely. I will do that. And I will take care of the peppermint oil. Yes. Yes, I will. Okay, what else? Oh, today is bicycle day, first of all. And bicycle day is not what you would think it is. It's not about bicycles. No, it's about LSD. Go figure. So it seems, remember I told you the other day that, what was his name? Dr. Albert or Alfred Hoffman, something like that, a Swiss scientist, accidentally discovered the psychedelic value of LSD when he was doing some other experiment with it, got a little bit on his finger and like started tripping. Okay, well, that was just a couple days ago. Apparently, once he did that, he got very into it because Bicycle Day was the day that he took acid on purpose and went on a bike ride, and it's called Bicycle Day. Yeah. And something about taking the trip of his life on the bicycle, so it became Bicycle Day. And then I read this whole thing of how should you celebrate Bicycle Day, and the answer was fake it, don't take it. Interesting, huh? All right, what else? It's Garlic Day. Ugh, I love garlic. I like garlic on almost everything. It's Humorous Day. I don't know if it means the bone or if it means be funny. I didn't look that one up. It's John Parker Day. And I thought, wow, who's this dude I never heard of who has his own day? Well, apparently in 1775, he was an American who had 70 militiamen under him. And it was the start of the war with England. And he faced 700 British soldiers with his 70 militiamen. Now, was he ridiculously brave? I guess he was brave, but it also said he was dying of consumption at the time. So maybe he figured, I'm a goner already, I may as well go for it. But then he risked 69 other people's lives. What was that about? So I'm not sure if he's a hero or not. Not really sure. It's National Amaretto Day. Oh, I love amaretto in my coffee. Oh, it tastes so good. Oh, this was a good one. It's National Poker Day. Okay. It's National Hanging Out Day. Baby. So hanging out day. It sounds like you should be just like hanging out with your friends, hanging out with the kids, hanging out with your sweetheart. Just hanging out, right? Oh, baby, I'm just hanging out. No, that's not what hanging out day is. I looked it up. Hanging out day is hanging out your laundry to dry. Apparently there was and still is this whole movement to wash your clothes in cold water and then hang them out to dry outside. And there are all these benefits of what it does for the earth and what it does for saving power and how great your clothes will smell. And the drawbacks, of course, are, that it takes longer. It could rain and, like that. But do you remember when you were a kid hanging clothes out on the clothesline with your mom? Or maybe it was even your job or you helped your grandma. Do you remember? Because I totally do. And besides, clothespins had so many uses besides that. I can remember being at my grandma's and she had 2 trees in the backyard and there was um, a, a clothesline between the 2 trees. And we would go out there with the basket of clothes and hang them up. And I know sheets were hard to do, but they were so fun to hang and play with, like we'd get into a little trouble, but yeah. So it's hangout day. Oh, and by the way, this same group did a whole thing with HOAs to get them to allow people to hang out their clothes because people were saying, you can't hang out clothes in your backyard. I can see them. Well, they made that easier for people to do. I think it's a great idea. Hang out your clothes. I always like to wash in cold water. It makes total sense. I mean, it's water for crying out loud. Add orange juice over ice and add amaretto to it. Okay. Okay, no drying on the line for you. Bedding hung on the line is divine. The smell of it afterwards. But it does make things a little harder, doesn't it? Have you noticed that? Did you ever notice that? Makes it stiffer, like, not harder, a little stiffer. Yeah. Okay, 1775. This was the beginning of the Revolutionary War. Let's hope that this is not a case of history repeating itself, because we sure have had a lot of gunfire lately. 1909, on this day, Joan of Arc went through the Beatitude, or was beatified. I'm sorry if I'm using the word wrong. Doesn't that mean she became a saint? Yeah. I mean, come on, talk about it. A girl model. Whoa, St. Joan, you go. 1995 was the Oklahoma bombing. Oh, there's a memory, huh? We thought for sure it was terrorists from the outside, and it turns out to be from right here at home. In 2011, Fidel Castro resigned after 45 years. Wow. In 1927, Mae West was jailed for obscenity. She was awesome, wasn't she? She's the one who said, "Why don't you come up and see me sometime?" Old movies with Mae West and W.C. Fields together will crack you up. Seriously, if you've never seen a movie with Mae West and W.C. Fields, get yourself in line for that one. Absolutely hilarious. Thank you. Ginny agrees. The best. I mean, the best. They're sarcastic and they're very funny. They're very, very funny. Okay. What else? Oh, today's word art. Today's word art is so important. I didn't bring it in. I thought I did, but it's we are responsible for what we say. They are responsible for what they hear. Now, there's so much more to it than just those words. Because if they are responsible for what they hear, that means you are also responsible for what you hear. And that brings up the most important part of today's quote, and that is clarify. One word, clarify. If you're delivering a message and you want that message to be understood over there, clarify your message. Ask, what did you hear? What do you think that means? And if it's right, say, you got it. We're communicating. And if it's wrong, you have the opportunity to say, wow, I didn't expect you to take it that way. Here's what I actually meant. Clarify, clarify, clarify. And it works the other way. When someone tells you something, ask them, here's what I heard. Now ask them, is this what you meant? So there's no misunderstanding. That's called communication, my friends. Now, on the other hand, if you say something from the heart and someone over there takes it wrong, but doesn't ask you any clarifying questions about what you said, and they're either hurt or angry, that's on them. That is on them. It's one thing to hear something and assume, and it's another thing to hear something and clarify. I can't say that word enough times. I just can't. Clarify, 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 clarify. Brick will help clarify. Yes, sometimes that's true. And sometimes when you say, what I heard you say was blah, 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 did you really mean it that way? And they'll say, yes, as a matter of fact, I did. Then you can use the brick. Okay? All right. In the meantime, in between time, hang it out. Let it all hang out today. Celebrate John Parker. Eat some garlic. Stay away from the LSD. I don't think that's a good idea. Have a phenomenal, terrific, absolutely amazing Monday. Let's get this sucker off to a great start. Here's Monday looking at you, and I'll get you some pictures of those gnarly looking chicks, and I'll put them up online. I love you. Here's a sip. And a smile. See you tomorrow. Happy Monday. That says end stream, so I'm going to click on that.